Go the other way.
Use the Force, Luke.
Sometimes truth isn't good enough.
I feel the need for speed.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
Because it's their time. Their time. Up there. Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
What's up, Wardens? Welcome back to Winter Wolf's Den and FrostCast episode 63. That's 6-3. I can't believe we've been doing that this long, to be perfectly honest for you. I thought one of us would have quit by now, but let's get King Z in here and tell me why we haven't quit. Because we just have too much fun doing this. Because it's a blast on Wednesday night at 9 Eastern. Every week, dude, we haven't missed one. Still, the streak's alive.
The streak's alive. We've beaten, what's his name? That Yankee who's good at rolling cheese.
Is a Yankee good at something? News to me. I said it.
Joe DiMaggio, that's his name.
Oh, yeah.
His 53-game hit streak.
Yeah. We beat that a while ago. You should have pulled that out like 2 months ago.
And it was right after a year.
Dude, for sure. Dude, let's talk about that killer background you guys got set up there. Throw me over to the side. Let's see that whole picture for a minute there, because that came out really good. We'll roll this out. We should save this and use this on October from now on. Dude, that's sick. Dude, digging it. And you typed all the words right and shit. Like, there's no typos. It's looking good. Love that FrostCast label at the top, dude. The color scheme's saturated great. I love it. We need to keep that. Put that in the October file. There's lots of spooky stuff in October. That's going to be one of our topics of the evening. And speaking of evening, good evening, Pape. Welcome.
And if you guys go to the chat and you're a member, you can see we have a brand new custom emoji today.
Get out of here. You didn't tell me about a new emoji.
I didn't tell anybody this. I created this one in secret.
All right.
If you go, we have the all-seeing eye of Oracle.
I'll take it. The all-seeing eye. I think that's a popular request. I think that was asked for and thusly delivered on. Nicely done, dude. Way to
That's right. Yeah.
Delivering promises.
Yeah. And to deliver one more thing, it's that time of the show where we drop our poll.
Yeah, let's deliver. And you didn't tell me about this either. Dude, did I have any involvement with show planning this week?
No, you really didn't.
Half-dozen half-assed topics that we're going to go through rapid fire. So show me the poll, dude. Tell me about it.
The poll is, what is your favorite holiday? Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's? If it's none of these four, go ahead and leave us a comment on what is your favorite holiday. With the we're going into holiday season. As soon as we are out of spooky season, we go into holiday season. Like, I have like 4 days off. I have like 4 holidays in 2 months that I get days off for. It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. My corporate gig had a lot of days off like that, which were epic. Like holidays I had never heard of. Like, we're going to take Friday off. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I miss my army days. Because at the army days, every month we had at least 1 4 to 3 day weekend. Like, you get 30 days of paid vacation every year. On top of that, you get like 28 to 30 days of just, days off. It's pretty great gig.
It's like 1/6 of the year just banging it out. Nice.
So I can tell you right now what my vote is. I'll see what everybody else's vote is. Mine is Thanksgiving, because it's the 4 F's or the 3 F's of holidays: friends, family, football, and food. I was right the first time, 4 times.
Dude, I know letters aren't necessarily your strong suit, but yes, those are the 4 F's, and we do acknowledge them there. I'll share my vote early anyway, because we usually forget about it. I went with the same. I like Christmas on behalf of my kids, but Thanksgiving for me. It's all those 4 things you said. I love when I feel like in my family, a lot more people come by and do a bigger Thanksgiving thing than a Christmas thing. People got different places to go with different kids and half families, things like that. Self-employed is a tough ride for the vacation, my friend. Believe that.
Isn't every day a vacation when you're self-employed? I know. I did that for a little while.
When you're self-employed successfully, no, it's not a vacation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. Thanksgiving for sure. I like the movies better too. I love watching Rudy on Thanksgiving. I feel like that's my one time a year. You know this. I throw Rudy, and I just absolutely love watching that. November, anytime.
The only one that I really want, like, I go to the theater on Thanksgiving and Christmas, but the only time I have a movie marathon, I used to do it every year, but I got so used to the movies, is like, it wasn't really like watching them over again. was Veterans Day and Memorial Day, I would have a military movie marathon.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel like for me, it's Rudy. And then depending on if I got to it early in the year, I usually throw in the Fellowship trilogy, either for Thanksgiving, but definitely by Christmas. I got to get at least one watch of the extended director's cut or whatever it's called.
That's right.
Yes, it eats up a whole weekend, but it's worth every effing minute because it is a perfect trilogy.
You could watch it all in one day because me and my wife did it. We watched all 3 in one day.
That's ballsy.
But I also wasn't moving from the bed because I had a procedure done, and she stayed there and took care of me, and we watched Lord of the Rings.
And for that, we salute the Oracle for taking care of King Z when he was laid up. But speaking of taking care of, that's not even a good segue. Never mind. Lots of mini topics tonight. I gave you a big list of things that I thought we could touch on because I feel like we're slow on big movie and big show news. We got a lot of busy work coming up for sure, like watching series. A lot of series we got to watch.
A lot of series coming up, and there are still a lot of movies that are coming out this year.
We're just talking about 2 of them.
That looks good.
Yeah, you're up for Tron this weekend probably. I'm undecided if I can get to that, but next week I'm definitely in for Black Phone 2. I'm pretty sure you're going to probably hit that one up as well.
Yes.
I think that'd be worth it for a team review. The Avatar is still a thing. But I mean, like usually we hit the big franchises, and outside of that one Mara Jade Star Wars rumor that I wanted to do last week, like it seems like it's quiet on those fronts. I don't know if you heard anything else that I didn't hear.
Well, all we know is that we know Doomsday has wrapped principal photography.
You mentioned that,
yeah. Principal photography is done on Doomsday, but that gives them plenty of time to get. James Gunn did the same thing with Superman. A year out before it was released, he wrapped principal photography to make sure he had time to get the CGI and the special effects all done right on the screen.
Mostly okay for Superman.
And I think they're doing the same thing with Doomsday, just how big this movie really is to the MCU. Because it really is the true wrapping point and the rebirth of the new MCU after these next 2 movies.
I was gonna say next 2, right? Because this is just the setup for the one that I always mix the title.
Secret War.
I was gonna call it the other one. Yes, it's Secret War. Good call. And then, dude, I'm more interested, honestly. Like if we could skip ahead a year, like if we had the remote from Click, and we could just skip through these next 2 movies and just get into the reboot. I'm fascinated by the prospect of what they do, because I'm gonna do a crazy thing here. I'm gonna say that I'm feeling a little bit of sympathy for them at this point, like, or not sympathy, empathy. Like I wouldn't want to be in the position they're in. Like, what do you think of that, man? Like, can they even win? Like, what can they do to win? It's at least 6. I'm not even saying half. 60% of people are going to be pissed no matter what. You either let Hugh Jackman go. Who do you recast? You bring in somebody else to be Spider-Man. What do we do? Everybody loved Tom Holland. Like, I don't envy them at all. And I never thought I'd say that.
But people are going to age out of the character.
Yeah, dude, I know that.
And the way the timeline goes in comic books is like, you can't have the same guy, because like, if it's like a 2-year jump and it's been 5 years in between movies, once you hit a certain age, you start looking that age, no matter how much makeup and prosthetics you put on.
You are. Yeah. But see, you know that, I know that, because we grew up in a time frame where we've had multiple Batmans, we've had multiple Bonds. We're aware that more than one guy played Superman, even though everybody loves the Reeve version of it. So we already know that. I think that people got spoiled somewhere along the way, because Avengers was so, like, the Avengers phenomenon, like that, the first 3 phases, I mean, was such an iconic get together of things that worked on a level that had never worked before. Like, people can't cut the cord now. And I'm like, dude, like, that means you're telling me there's no place for someone like Glenn Powell to be in the Avengers somewhere. Like, really? That guy can't be in there. Austin Butler can't be an Avenger somewhere. Like, these guys got talent. You can't bring in Sydney Sweeney. You can't bring in other people that are popular right now to play these roles.
You have to bring in the next crop to fill these roles, because the heroes never do age in the comic book. So
Captain America's been 32 years old for 100 years, 200 years.
Yeah, he's been 32 longer than he's been frozen.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is I don't get it, but you know what slays me about that angle on the conversation is that we hear about, we don't want audiences to be confused. I'm like, I don't know, man. I got like a decade's worth of data that says it's the studio execs that are confused and can't get this shit right. Like, I'm not worried like with the DC thing and Gunn. Like, I think we're going to hear a Batman. This is just me. I think we're going to hear something about Batman by the end of the year. Like, I think we're going to get a casting announcement, or a rumor's going to kick up full swing. But I'm not worried. Like, in my head, I can reconcile that Battinson is still a thing. I don't care. Like, who's confused by this prospect? Who are these people?
Yeah.
Even casual fans.
These
who are these people? Like, I think even the most casual of like superhero movie fan, like people that just roll in when they see one they think they like. Like, even if they said, "Hey, isn't the other guy Batman?" Do you think that makes them not go to the movie? No. Babe says they need up-and-coming actors for the film budget, dude. And then there's that. And then there's that. As you know, the King and I have discussed this multiple times. Like, the budget for Doomsday has to be like 9 gajillion Dr. Evil dollars, because they have 50 people that are at least making the minimum. You know what I mean? And 10 of them have to be making 8 figures by my count. And 2 of those are like 50 million.
Now they could work that in different ways. Like, if one of them's only needed for 3 days on set, they only pay them their day rate for 3 days. So there are ways to work that around. Like, people like Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart's not going to work that full movie. He's probably there for a week.
2 scenes. Yeah, 2 scenes.
So they pay him for that week, and that week.
What do you
only,
think?
So.
What do you think that goes for? What do you think that guy's rate is? What do you think Magneto's rate is to show up for 2 scenes, 2 cameos?
All of them depends.
A piece? Like, I don't know. Like, I have no concept of the.
I have no concept. I was never in the money talk. I was never in the line producer's office before when they had to take care of all of this. So that who takes care of this, the line producer and the UPM. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who take care of all the budget and make sure the money's there. That out of the big bucket that they have. Right.
Well, what we know about the big bucket is that RDJ himself has to be claiming like a sixth of the whole pie. Just for himself, like that's gazillions of dollars by itself. And anybody else that's approaching his level to be in the movie, if they're in the main cast, that's the Fantastic Four are major players in this movie. Dude, hell yeah! Especially if it's a double, if it's Doomsday into Secret War, that's a 2-picture deal. That's 60, 70, 80 million a piece for him, easy, because he was making 50 a piece for Infinity War and Endgame.
I could see.
She ain't gotten less.
I did say that for a week of Professor X of Patrick Stewart be about $150. So
150,000, you're saying?
Yes, 150,000.
Yeah, sure. 150 million. I do. All right, maybe you don't know your numbers. Let's take that right off.
No, about 150,000. Because we did the same thing on our small budget films, and like a lot of small budget films do this. They'll bring someone in for 1 day, pay him his day rate, and shoot all of the scenes like that. Oh, there was this one on Netflix. It was advertised to have John Cusack in it. I'm like, all right, let's watch this. And there was these John Cusack scenes, like him like narrating the story, but also like the evil emperor. And then it would cut to really bad acting, really bad cinematography, and then it would cut back to like John Cusack, and it was just like John Cusack just. No, it wasn't. No Joan was anywhere near this. Like everybody else in this movie was unknowns.
Yeah.
But it was on Netflix.
It could be worse. Could have been on Tubi. We could have had a whole.
This is pre-Tubi.
Yeah. Okay. So it was Netflix when it was half Tubi. It's not really that anymore. But that's what I mean, man. Like, even if we isolated out who the top 10 highest paid actors are in the upcoming film, like, they have to account for like a third of the total budget overall, because that's like your principal cast.
Are you there?
I'm there.
Okay, you froze for a bit on me.
Sorry about that. I was saying, if we get the top 10 principal cast members of this movie, like whatever Avengers they're using, whatever X-Men they bring in, the Fantastic Four, none of them are coming cheap. You know what I mean? That's not a day rate situation. That's full money per picture kind of thing. Like if what's her face, the real Black Widow shows up, like, she's good for 30. If she's a main character, like that. I know she's not, but I'm saying if a character on that level showed up as a principal cast member, they're making somewhere between 15 and 30.
And once again, it could go back to if they how long they use them.
Well, that's why I said, like, the principal, the main players. But your main players are there for the whole movie. Like, I don't think you're getting away with day rate. You're getting away with the money, the big money, because that's the story's built around them. Unless it's a cameo fest start to finish, which sounds awful to me. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, I don't know who they're following. So this movie could be just a whole bunch of week-long shoots with with just day rates. Like they were there for a week and then they were gone.
Well, let's see how that goes down then. But that wasn't even on the topic list. I want to get into some of the other the topic lists that are current after we just made a story out of not there being any news or there not being any news. But dude, let's round robin some of these things here. We got the censorship thing with Amazon. We could talk Alien Earth because I heard some of the numbers were out on the aggregated episode 1 and 2 views. So I can talk about that and get your opinion. Where do you want to start? I'm open.
I didn't see anything on the censorship of Bond. What are they trying to do to Bond?
So the Bond thing, I guess Amazon re-released or they updated on Prime Video like the title images, like when you're streaming, like when you're on the app. And dude, they did the thing. They did the Spielberg thing. They dubbed out or they edited out all of his classic poses holding the PPK. They literally took the gun off of the image. Now he's just standing there like this, like he's holding a giant dong or something. I don't know. And then they walked it back. Like 72 hours later, 48 hours later, they had undone those changes to the images. But it's because some dickweed over there in marketing or whatever didn't like the fact that the Bond identity was, made up of, toxic males and testosterone and guns. I'm like, it's Bond though. It's Bond. It's iconic. Back off. Read the room. People got pissed about Cracker Barrel. You don't think people are going to get pissed about Bond not having his gun? I can't get these people, dude.
Yeah. With Bond coming out, I don't get the censorship. I mean, they have so many movies where guns shoot like 500 people, never miss, and they're fine with that. But you're talking about you want to censor Bond? It doesn't make sense. Now, I can understand like pushing the new Bond movie back some more, because I think you need to get away from the super agent type feel. I'm done with super agent type books where it's like you have this one guy and somehow he knows how to ski, parachute, he can do perfect room clearing, he's suave, has charisma, not including that he's also 3 PhDs and a neuroscientist, and he can do micro brain surgery.
Dude, you just described the opening to the last Pierce Brosnan Bond movie in like 7 minutes. Like that, all that stuff happened in the first 7 minutes, and it was all more believable than what's her name actually being the rocket scientist in that movie.
Christmas.
What's her name? Yeah. Oh God, Denise Richards. Yeah, I think I'm kind of over that too. But I wouldn't mind if they went back. Honestly, like I think I'm ready for a tonal shift in some of these movies and these genres. Move away from gritty realism that they tried to do with the Daniel Craig stuff and maybe kick it back to the Roger Moore stuff for a little while. Get goofy for a bit. You don't have to be Austin Powers, but maybe have some fun with it. You don't have to actually mow people down with a machine gun. Yeah, you're damn right. Anyway, because that whole movie plot.
That's when she was married to Charlie Sheen.
That was right before that, I think, and then it was all downhill. But,
no, she married Charlie Sheen during Super Troopers. Or Starship Troopers,
which was that was before Wild Things for sure.
Yeah,
yep, good call.
Because I think she got pregnant right after that movie and had their first kid together.
Oh, true. There you go. You know more about the other Sheen family than I do. The Bond thing, but it doesn't surprise because it's on Amazon, and Amazon under Jennifer Salke was the genius that passed on like the Conan series when it was ready to roll, had everything set up to go, had scripts in hand. Was like peer reviewed, was supposed to be epic, and they're like, no, too much toxic masculinity in that one. Carmen was, but we all know Dizzy was the superior and proper choice. So it doesn't surprise me. But then again, when it comes to Amazon, they're happy throwing the violence out there in Fallout. They throw it out there in their Reacher stuff. Like, I honestly don't get the hang up. It sounds to me like one jackass exec got a hair across their ass, and here we are. They had to make fools out of themselves.
Yeah. And you never know with some of these people. Like it's just a crazy world we live in right now. Like the ways people's minds have shifted so much, and like they keep shifting based on how the tide is flowing. And it's just like people don't even know what they stand for anymore, like what they want to be about. And it's like, oh, but the trend of this, and it's like, but the people who are trending that aren't the people who want to watch your movies either. So why do you want to cater to the people who are not giving you money?
It makes no sense to me, man. And I think that like the proof is in the pudding on that one too. Like the biggest show on their platform is Reacher. Like, the biggest thing they have is Reacher. It's not a rom-com. It's not something like Downton Abbey. it's Reacher, because there's such a dearth of that kind of content, like that unapologetic R-rated, dude focused, like the 80s, 90s. We're just gonna blow shit up and have some kind of a plot to it. There's none of it. Where is it? Besides that and Extraction, where is it?
Did you know that Alan, was it Rickman, right? Richardson,
the big guy, the guy that should be Batman. Yeah, the big guy.
He was Aquaman in Smallville.
Get out of here!
Yeah,
did not know. Doesn't surprise me. The dude's old enough to have definitely played that when he was even young, and probably more. Was he more jacked then, or less jacked?
He was less jacked. He was like my size in high school type.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think this is a later in life. He found a particular routine, if you will.
Yeah,
and Alan Richardson. Thank you, Oracle.
Yeah, he found the gym, and he didn't let go.
Yeah, it was the gym, all right. 30 cc's at a time and eating properly. Anyway,
I don't think. No, he's not the Rock.
He might be.
He's not the Rock in the 50s.
Right. Well, we'll know. We'll know in another 5 years, won't we? It'll be readily apparent if he's assisting. Started dating Diana Bowl. I have no idea who that is. I'm sure she's attractive if he's dating her, because why would he settle? The other hand, though, Cavill kind of, I won't say settle. That would be rude. I'm not going to say settle, but you would think that pretty people end up with pretty people.
So I was actually watching reels, and you want to talk about someone who ended up with someone normal, like a big star who ended up with someone normal.
Oh.
So this female, I think she's an actress or something, and she went down on vacation to like Louisiana or something, and she did this swamp tour thing with this guy. Like this is what his life is. He does swamp tours on a boat, and he takes you to meet alligators and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And them two have been spotted together, and they just got married after her one trip with him. So she married like a normal, like Joe's average Joe. Yeah.
Welcome to Average Joe's. Yeah. Makes sense. Everybody likes that type. Yeah, so let's put that Amazon topic to bed and keep moving, because I want to get to a good number of these here. We do Alien Earth real quick.
Sure, since it is the thumbnail topic.
There we go. Week. I just wanted to prove that we can do things out of order, and it's okay.
Thumbnail topic of the week.
I thought you were going to go some kind of, we need a montage, a thumbnail montage. That's where I thought you were going. The tune went else, but I had caught references to viewer figures from your buddy Nielsen, and because they run behind, they only had numbers on the first 2 episodes.
Okay,
did not do well. Right, I was
Maybe
hearing
that's why so many people don't care about it with the reviews and stuff.
Just saying. But episode 1, I think it's somewhere around 400,000 views, but this is on terrestrial, so this doesn't include obviously Hulu numbers. Just to be fair.
So this is just straight.
This is FX network. Yep.
Okay.
But I mean, you can kind of. Can we use that as a gauge? Maybe, I don't know. We still have to wait for sites like Some and Illuminate for streaming.
What else is in that time slot on Tuesday nights? Is what you have to compare it against?
No idea. I
haven't watched network TV in like years, so
no clue.
Yeah, I've been on streaming for at least straight streaming for at least 10 years.
A decade. Now. That's what I'm saying. But the important figure that came up though was the drop between episode 1 and 2. And it was something like a 40% viewership drop from what I was hearing. That's significant. So if that same trend applies,
that's 160,000 viewers.
This is what I'm saying. So we do the same thing that we rip on Call of Duty on Steam numbers. If Call of Duty is peaking at position X on Steam, we can assume there's a parallel on other platforms when things dip, because why would it just dip in one place? You know what I mean? So if Alien Earth had a drop off just between the first 2, things tend not to spike back up unless we know there's a dumpster fire ahead, like the situation with the Acolyte. The Acolyte held between episodes 1 and 2 because everybody wanted to see that moment, the power of many thing in episode,
which was episode 3.
Right, and then it was right off a cliff and never came back. It came back a little bit for the lightsaber battle, but that was it. So I don't see. I mean, do you think Alien Earth has a trajectory where people check back in randomly to see, they had a flashback episode that felt like Alien? I don't think so.
The flashback episode was pointless. That was, in my book, was the worst episode.
Right. Dude, because it was out of order and it added nothing to the story.
Like that should have been the first episode, hands down, first episode.
Pape, I don't remember the Acolyte having a giant drop between 1 and 2. The big precipitous off the cliff drop was definitely after episode 3. Power of Many Nonsense. It probably came down a little because it's crap Star Wars, but that Mount Everest swan dive, that was episode 3.
But
sure.
wasn't 1 and 2 released on the same day? Just like the common thing. I think
they do that block. They might have done that block thing. So yeah, the big drop that he might be referencing may have just been the next time content drop for the show. Dude, I think you're right because I think they typically do
1 and 2.
Obi-Wan, 1 and 2.
Ahsoka was 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think they do that when they know the writing's on the wall because they didn't do that. Oh, I think they did do that with the Skeleton Crew. So maybe that's just what they do.
Yeah, I mean they do that with a lot of them. Was it only Murders did it that way? The new one, Chad Powers, that one dropped 1 and 2.
That's just so they can bolster watch minutes because they bag all that stuff together. Like when Samba TV or Illuminate puts out the viewing estimates because it's obvious it's their best estimate. They're always saying that, and that's what people that are proponents of kind of crap shows often use to argue their point. They go, "Oh, show whatever had 6 billion watch minutes." I'm like, right, but it was 3 episodes in a block, and you timed it over a week. That's never been the metrics we've ever used to measure popularity of TV. It's been like opening night primetime views. Like House of the Dragon gets to say, we had 25 million views on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion.
And HBO's kind of owned Sunday night primetime. Ever since The Sopranos, they've owned Sunday night primetime. Because
they moved right from Sopranos into Game of Thrones, and now they're on House of the Dragon. I mean, they're in between that now. But
they said they had the Penguin on there during that time. They've had a few shows. That's when they put their big shows. Dune Prophecy Sunday 9 p.m.
Sunday, that's right. So I guess that's their marquee slot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, my connecting point to the Alien Earth thing is I wonder, and I want to get your thought on that. We've seen Disney Plus, right?
We've seen it.
We've seen it, man. Oh, God, we've seen it. Seen some things. They greenlit Daredevil season 2 halfway through. Born Again, just to be clear, right?
Yeah.
They gave the greenlit on season 2 about halfway through the launch when numbers were already, they were struggling. They weren't high, they weren't low, they were holding, right? And then they greenlit season 3 after the drop going into the finale. It did not finish strong.
I did find out why they greenlit 3 test audience. They've test audiences have loved it.
Oh, okay. So they have a pilot for season 3 and that went over well, so they decided to build out the rest of it. Okay. All right, see, that makes sense. They have some internal data, there's some logic there to it. But that all kind of rolls into what I want to say about Alien Earth. I'm not hearing any of that. I'm not hearing anything about that show. And I wonder,
it's gone quiet. They've gone radio silent.
Right? And you would think that if it was this big smash hit that they spent, because I've heard the estimates, it's Acolyte money. It's 250 million. At the same number keeps popping back up whenever these assholes make it.
It's kind of easy to do shows that way because you're paying per episode. So it's usually based off of an episode.
Yeah. But I'm saying, if you spent $250 million on a show and your terrestrial numbers are kind of junk, 350,000 views or whichever, your streaming numbers are adjusted proportionately, but they're still not blowing you away. I think the play, you quietly let it die, right? Like you don't come ripping out of the gates declaring it a massive success. I don't see those articles anywhere. I don't see them from Variety, from Hollywood Reporter, from Collider. I see articles that people have enjoyed it, that individual authors of articles, independent journalists have enjoyed it. But dude, YouTube's full of videos like ours that are like, no, that the writing's kind of bad. And the story's bad, and the characters are kind of dull. The alien looks like shit. Everybody liked the fly. Nobody liked the pea pod, scrotum bug. What would we even call that?
I call it the plant.
The plant. That's even worse. That show sucked. But yeah, they're not. I don't think they're gonna low key greenlight something behind the scenes and then just surprise us in 2 years because it'll take them 2 years.
If I had to choose my favorite that wasn't the eye, I would have to go with the blood bug.
Ticks. Blood, dude, that's a good name. It's better than tick. Blood bug for real, for sure. I think so. Because I really wanted it to be the plant one. Because again, I'll say I wanted it to be like the bird monsters from Beastmaster, like the things that helped him at the end. Just wrapped him in, dissolved him, and just dropped bones.
Kind of like a gelatinous tube in D&D.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I would have bet you money that's how that thing was going down too, but no,
Nope.
but just picked her up and
crushed her.
Or something. She shot 3 of her friends. I don't know, whatever. That was Alien Earth. But anyway, I guess we'll wait and see. But I'm thinking this one quietly dies and we move on to Predator Badlands next month. And we never connect this back to Alien ever again because it's kind of dog shit. I think
it's already connected because the alien has a synth.
Oh no, I mean like I never connected.
Like,
because it's why would we ever need to talk about it except to reference how bad it is? Because it's kind of junk.
So speaking of bad writing, apparently we have a big release this week with Tron Ares, and it's looking like it could be having bad writing as well. If Oracle would go ahead and pull up the Rotten Tomato store that's already out.
She was quick on that. Good God. Okay.
75 reviews and about little over 50%.
Dude, 75 reviews on Wednesday is a lot. So that does not bode well. Now, is this one of those situations where they hate it because Joe Schmo general audience is going to love it? Or are we also going to think this sucks? What have you heard about
I don't know.
What have you heard about the movie?
I haven't heard anything from audiences, but one of the things that got me when I was reading the New York Times article on why this be considered a bust, if you go ahead and pull up my screenshot,
Sunday.
it's the reason why it's perceived bad is the negative reception suggests Tron Ares fails to capture the spirit of the predecessor, which this is technically a spin-off because they're not any real mentions of Flynn and we're not following Tron himself. Offers a weak story that feels less organic sequel and more like a reboot in all but name. According to the Reddit thread, instead of building on the emotional and psychological core, the earlier film, it feels like a high-tech spectacular that missed the mark. And other stuff I read in this article was like the writing is bad, the dialogue is bad.
Yeah, I did a little rabbit hole on YouTube and Twitter coverage, and people had a couple montages of some kind of key tweets about audience perceptions that were in on like the early releases, and a lot of it said exactly what you just had up there. Lots of flash, lots of spectacle, lots of sizzle. Nobody cared about Jared Leto's character. They said the plot was meandering, start to finish, and literally people walked out like they just didn't. It's worse than hating it. They didn't care. Like I think this will be. No one's going to talk about this in a month. Like it'll be Madam Webbed in a month. Like you had your memes. If there's something funny in it, that'll get out there, and that'll make the rounds. Then that's that, which is sad because I think a lot of people are hyped for this, like yourself.
And the part about this that makes me upset is I want to go into these with open minds. I don't want to have the negativity already in my head and then me start looking for it. I want to go in there and just want to watch it and then take my own opinion in from it. But if I have the people like bad dialogue, I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, that was bad. Oh yeah, that was. I mean,
CGI was awful.
I'm already there going, okay, there was a cut. Okay, that was probably shot on a different day because you can see that. I mean, because when you work on films, you just see things a little bit different.
Start seeing it.
You can see the point where the different action. So that's the part that hurts me on this one is that I wanted to go in with an open mind. Now I'm going to have to like flush my brain, which at my age is probably not that hard. I just have to shake my head real hard and then it'll go away. But
just walk out of the room for a minute. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Forget why I walked in there.
Dude, what did you think of Tron Legacy? Like how high is that rate for you? How high is part 2 in your estimation? How good is it?
I actually thought that failed as a sequel for me too, okay. but it was a true sequel with it was his son moving on, and you have Flynn who's living in the cyber realm, the where they built for these programs to live.
It's giving it an 8.
Yeah, like overall, seeing the updated graphics and everything that we loved from the first one, like brought to better life. And that's one thing that I was looking at this one, like the light bites look amazing, and the battle tank that's an M that looked amazing in the trailer. So that's what I was looking for in Legacy. I just didn't understand some of the points where they brought the program from the cyber realm into the real world. That's where the concept for this one actually was built, was the end of Legacy. So it's loosely based off of the first two, but as you to read, like I just read, this isn't like a true sequel. Like it doesn't play off of them like hunting her down, like she's not supposed to be there, or her being in the real world is causing glitches to other programs. This is them just recreating what they already did and try to build a military out of it.
See, that's too bad too, because I feel like Tron's one of those things that's rife for world building. Like you can just do so many things with it. You can do high concept stuff with it that doesn't need to be a special effects spectacle. Like you can keep things modestly within reason, and then tell those kind of stories about AI, about programming, about things crossing over, about about consciousness, even if you wanted to have, the person that gets pulled into the game world thing. Pape says the end of Legacy screamed for a sequel, and that's disappointing about the third Tron film. Well, we'll have to wait and see there. It doesn't follow that lead. I think that's what he was getting at. I think that's the problem whenever we have these great sci-fi premises. Like think of something like Jurassic Park. It's the same thing. It's a wild premise. It's wildly stupid, creative, like over the top. And now we're 9, 10, 12 movies in, and we're just doing the same thing. And all we do is throw more money at it to get 8K CGI dinosaurs that don't look oftentimes as good as what we had in 30 years ago, whatever. Dude, we 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus, wow, holy shit.
Yeah, 30 years ago last year. Was it 96 or was it 94?
94. You're right. It was 94. That's what I'm saying. Like I think that we have an over reliance on trying to just CGI or otherwise spectacle our way out of these concepts, because the people that are funding these things are so risk adverse that they don't want to take a shot on it unless it's a Michael Crichton book, unless it's a Clancy book, unless it's a King book. You know what I mean? Like people aren't trying to get a spec book out there.
But still, those are like going with like a Creighton book or going with a King book. That's still like its own universe, its own IP. So it's not like they're making anything original. It's not like they're going out there and like they won't take a risk on a Brandon Sanderson book,
which is wild to me.
They won't take a risk on a Joe Amortari book. Dude, could you imagine? And dude, I'm talking about an alternative timeline, not Amazon as we know it. Could you imagine Amazon doing The Blade itself, 10 episodes, following Logan the Nine Fingers, the Bloody Nine himself? I would rather it be on Hulu.
I mean, pick your streaming thing. I mean, like,
I wouldn't want Amazon to handle it because that they would change everything.
It needs to be HBO Max. That's what you meant to say.
Yeah, and long as it's not a nasally guy telling me the story, because that's the only reason I can't get through it. It's just the narrator of it is horrible. He's so nasally. It's like he's just stop talking British out of your nose.
It works for me, especially when he's doing Baez's voice, which is it gets all whimpery almost. It's kind of pathetic, but I love it. A show like that would absolutely slap. But no, like you said, it's just that they go with the dead and dying IPs, because every now and again they turn out and make money. Like, you're gonna get a Jurassic World Rebirth 2 or whatever. I don't know. You're gonna get it. It made more money than both of the superhero movies this year, man.
And then what happened to like a John Grissom book? They haven't done a John Grissom book in almost 20 years. Have you realized that?
That's wild. I mean, but again, I don't like, is a Grisham book even a seller these days? Do they chart the New York Times list, or is it all romantasy and teenage YA shit now? Like maybe that's where they're at. I would argue they should make them, because you can make one for $60 million effing dollars, and you don't need to worry about
it. It's a courtroom procedural that has usually a deep story to it.
Yeah. Do The Client, Pelican Brief, billions of them, Time to Kill,
Runaway Jury.
Yeah, there's a trillion movies they could do. 93, Oracle was saying, from Jurassic Park, by the way.
Okay.
Call in the 94. We probably saw it in 94, because back then movies stayed in theaters for like a year. So you probably saw it again in 94 and 96.
And then you had to wait like another 9 months before they're out on VHS.
Yep. It was a much better time for that kind of thing, for sure. Yeah, I wish they were in a spot where they could be more risk averse and did more high concept stuff on spec for not $300 million. I'm so tired of hearing the budget for this movie was $275 million. I don't care.
And then we do have studios that
anymore.
try it. Like A24 tries it, but they do such a bad job at it that it's like, this is why we don't do it. A24
Blumhouse is like that too.
Well, Blumhouse made their money on that.
But they're hit or miss because for every good one they have an imaginary, and that tanks.
But that's the thing about doing horror. I mean, Blumhouse is mostly horror, like 99% of it. Yeah. So you can miss on 2 or 3 of them. All you need is one.
You only need one Conjuring, right?
Yeah, and like Lionsgate's still working off of Saw money.
Right, and there's another one coming because sooner or later people they show up for what they know. When Pape was saying, "I move Reach to the big screen," he was just there. Didn't Tom Cruise take a crack at that?
Twice.
Twice. They gave him 2.
Yeah, they gave him 2.
No shit. Yeah, put the real Reacher on big screen. I'd go see that.
Yeah, I always thought that was funny too, because everyone's like, "This isn't Reacher." Reacher is described in the book as being like 6'4", 280 pounds of pure muscle.
Conan. He's Conan the Barbarian with a machine gun. Yeah,
like exactly. Tom Cruise is 5 foot nothing.
Right, 100 nothing.
Yeah, and like 90 years old.
And like, but he can still run fast, dude. Every Mission Impossible movie he's in, they make sure they got that scene.
Yeah,
they get that Rocky scene running next to the wharf. Where he's either running horizontally across your screen or running at you with like the plane coming in for that dive behind him with a machine gun,
and then him do some crazy stunt that's like way out of his range. Himself.
Right.
Like that whole the bike one where he jumped with the dirt bike to parachute in. And like the people who are their safety's like, I can't believe he's fucking doing this.
Yeah. He did it all right. I saw the BTS for that. Like they were saying that as he went off the ramp, and then like applauding when he pulled the chute open.
Yeah,
hey, you got to respect him for that. But yeah, I'd like to see them take more cracks at things like just got away from Tron for a minute and just close that loop. It's something you could tell a simple story from, but we overcomplicate it, and then nobody cares to develop anything. I hate seeing the tweets and the reviews that say I didn't care about any of the characters, because I feel like that's something we say all the time when we're dumping on something. Like most recently Alien Earth, before that it was The Acolyte, before that we did care about characters in The Penguin. I'm like, dude, I care about Oz even though he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, the most evilest guy we've ever met.
Hands down. Dude killed his brothers, killed Vic. Yeah. Sold out his girlfriend, sold out the opposing each mob family. He sold them both out. Scumbag, total scumbag. And
then sit there and makes his mom just like in a catatonic state, just look out a window.
Yeah, psycho. Exactly. Dude, what was the girl's name in that movie in that show again with the Falcone chick? No, the Gigante chick. Well, I can't remember her name. What was her first name? What was her first name?
Oh man, you put me on the spot here.
I had to do it. Needed to be done.
Was it
Sophia?
I want to say Sophia.
Was it Sophia?
I want to say it's an S name.
The actress's name was Sophia. Nice. Yeah, the actress name is Krista Merlotti. Right, but you cared about her. She had her own blend of menace and crazy, but she was interesting, compelling, and when she suffered setbacks, which they gave her, it made for a good show to watch week to week. I've never been more hyped to cover a show than that.
I think the only character that kind of fell short was Dr. Rush.
Oh yeah, because they had no idea.
But he had like limited screen time anyway, so he wasn't even that important to the story.
I mean, the dude was only in 3 episodes. You know what I mean? Like he's not even there for the whole thing. But Oz and like the main cast was awesome. Oracle gets it. She knows. It's I hate seeing the we didn't care about the characters thing coming out of people coming out of a big.
And the thing is, with this new Tron movie, and based off of the Tron story, and now that we are in the age of AI, we are in the age of cyber defense. This could have been a much better story, even though I don't know what the story is yet. But it looks like they're trying to build an army out of programs. Yeah.
I mean, that's because I think that's the bit in the trailer where they're introducing the Ares characters like state-of-the-art next-gen defense technology. Like I think the building blocks of the kind of story you would enjoy seeing, and maybe even one that you would enjoy writing, they're there. They're right in front of them. But no, we're just going to get $250 million worth of giant ass effects, and here we are. which kind of pisses me off a little bit. All right, that was Tron. I'm just checking these off here. Alien. Did some Tron.
So we just
here.
bash old movie or new movies. Let's go ahead and get into some old movies because Regal is throwing something at us this month.
Regal from the top ropes has just made my like Halloween season at the theaters, dude, because this is a year where I got The Conjuring like a month early. Right, that was early September,
Yep.
mid-September.
That's why we started spooky season about a month early because September they were just lining up the order and knocking them out of the park.
They were, and that was already coming on the strong spring or summer whenever Sinners came out. Yes, because Sinners was like the spring, Weapons was August, Conjuring came out of nowhere.
September as well.
Was it? It was August. It was August 28 pops into my head for some reason. But anyway, it's right there. It's exactly
maybe it
right.
was August. It was August. Yeah.
But it was like a month ago now. You know what I mean? So spooky season did start early, but that put us in this odd spot for me anyway. And Bloodlines, Final Destination was earlier in the year.
Yep, that was earlier in the year as well.
Right. But for October itself, like we're done with Paranormal Activity. There's no Final Destination this month. That already came out. There's no Saw this month. There's no big zombies have been done for a while. But, you know what I mean? There's nothing.
Well, they did genre, 28 years later this year as well.
But again, earlier.
Yeah,
like
earlier.
Fly. Right. That's already come and gone from streaming, I feel like. So, like, Regal from the top ropes does this crazy promo where they're bringing back, like, horror movies going back, like, 100 years because the last week of the month has all the classic Universal monster movies. Doing, like, a movie in semi-wide release because I checked. Dusk Till Dawn's playing here. I'm in the middle of nowhere. If it's playing at my Regal, it's probably playing at all of them.
I think it's all Regals are participating. If you go ahead and pull up that graphic.
Yeah, let's take a peek at some of these.
So they have like tons of movies coming out. Like we've already missed the first week. First week ended yesterday.
Dude, and the first week had some bangers, dude. The first week was loaded. Like they came loaded for bear. 100%. Break me off some of them week one movies.
So it started on October 1st with Funhouse, 1981. Then we moved to Candyman, 1992, the original Candyman.
R.I.P. Tony Todd. You're a legend.
Yeah. Then on October 3rd, we had Friday the 13th, Part 3, which that was the first one I ever saw.
Best one of those first three by far.
And that was 1982 when that came out.
Yeah.
Then we had the original Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984.
Genre reset right there. Never seen anything like that.
And then they did Scream 1996. And if you do like Scream, you go into our past catalog and go ahead and check out our review of Scream.
It's back there.
I think it was like a year ago.
Yeah,
we did for Halloween last year.
I think it was because was last year's spooky season not the Battle of the B teams after we did Scream? Wasn't that last
Yes,
year?
It was. When we had I Know What You Did Last Summer and Urban Legend.
Which did not hold up well.
And which are not on this list either, by the way.
No.
Just want to put that up.
Neither
of them. And then we had The Strangers on October 6th.
Yep.
And then we had Wes Craven's New Nightmare in 1994, which was that meta-breaking movie of Nightmare on Elm Street.
It was pre-Scream. It really was. It got all its own references and gave you and walked right up to the line without pushing it into absurdity. Dude, I don't know the last time you saw New Nightmare. I've actually seen that in the last year. I think I enjoy it more now as somebody that's watched too much crap in the last decade. Like when I watch stuff from like the 90s now, I'm like, dude, this might have been dunked on then, but like it's technically superior than what we're watching.
I was in the minority of actually liking it when it came out because I liked the meta side of it, like where he comes to see Wes Craven in the movie, and then you see the script on there, and it reads exactly what's going on, and it goes fade to black, and then the movie fades to black. That was just awesome screenplay right there.
Yep. Do you know another great aspect of New Nightmare was seeing how far along Heather Langenkamp came as an actress. And clearly there's like a 20-year difference between her performance, or 10-year difference or whatever, between her being Nancy in 84 and her being Nancy again as a grown-up, married with a kid. Like, obviously much more comfortable as an actress, doing what she can with the script such as it was. But I like seeing that progression in people. And of course, Robin Englund's a fucking pro.
Yep.
When is he not ever going to be whatever version of Freddy you
And
need?
do remember to tune in to E, because they're going to be broadcasting him
Oh, yeah.
getting his Star of Fame
Biggest
in
star.
Hollywood on Halloween at 2 p.m.
Much deserved. I mean, dude, you don't get to redefine a genre after Michael, after Jason, and be like, no, guys, that's cool and all, but you're both basically the same dude. Check this shit out. I'm a dream demon. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty awesome. With an iconic weapon, I don't just pick shit up at the hardware store and kill kids. You know,
Yep.
there's a whole backstory. I mean, it's convoluted. Like, I'm not going to say that you don't need like a story Bible to understand all that bullshit, but like, yeah, there's some meat to those, meat on them bones, in my opinion.
All
Good.
right, so
give me the next couple of good ones. Yeah, we don't need to do the whole month, but what else is great upcoming?
So we got for today was From Dusk Till Dawn, and tomorrow
Banger.
is American Werewolf in London, 1981.
Banger.
They have the redo of It. They have
Yep.
Army of Darkness.
I need to see that still.
They have Creep Show on October 14th.
I might go see that like a jackass just to see it.
I remember seeing it in theaters when it first came out. My dad took me because we were big Evil Dead 2 fans.
Wait. What year was that? What year did that come out that you got to see that in theater?
Army of Darkness? Oh, you know, Creep Show. I was talking about Army of Darkness.
Oh, okay. I'm like, dude, no, you did not.
Creep Show was 82. I was alive.
So you were 4? Your dad brought you to see that? 4?
Yeah. I didn't have. Let's just
Or
move on
shit.
with that topic. I was talking about 92 Army of Darkness.
Yes, Regal, the movie theater chain, is apparently running this nationwide.
Yep. And then,
hey, because I know you're local to me, I've checked a couple around here. If they're up here, they're where you're at as well. I couldn't believe that they wouldn't be.
So,
sure.
And then starting NetSuite, which is starting on the 15th, we have Prince of Darkness, Final Destination, the original 2000. You have Hereditary, The Exorcist, 1973. Then you have the Witch Part 1, 2018. Maybe an A24 source or the Subversion. I don't know what that.
I've heard that title, but I can't remember what that is.
Yeah, and then
that's within the last 5.
Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight, and Event Horizon.
I did that though. There's so many good ones I did. Now think about it. You have a chance to see The Exorcist in theater. Right?
Yeah.
My problem with seeing that in theater is I'll tell you right now, it's going to be the problem I have with weapons. It's going to be people laughing when they're scared or not getting why it's supposed to be scary. And that would just disappoint me and destroy my soul. So I don't know if I can go see The Exorcist in theater as much as I wanted to. I wanted to see Jaws in theater and I missed it.
It would destroy your soul while they're trying to save hers.
Did exactly. If you don't understand why The Exorcist is terrifying, you don't even need to be religious to understand it. You just need to know that there's the frustration of a parent that doesn't know what else they can do to save their kid. And then 2 men sacrifice their lives to do so. Like, dude, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, but people won't get it. But Event Horizon is if you haven't seen it, that's another one that's criminally underrated in Winterwolf's opinion. No doubt. Sam Neill's great in that. Great. So is Fishburne.
And then we have the Monster Week, the Monster Mash, as they're putting it.
Yep.
With the Invisible Man, 1933, the Wolf Man, 1941, Dracula, 1931, Frankenstein, 1931, Creature from the Black Lagoon, 1954.
That's the one.
The Mummy, 1932, and Bride of Frankenstein, 1935.
And dude, like I was saying pre-show, man, it's like that's the epic, universal epic monsterverse that they couldn't make with new shit because nobody cared. It's 100 years later, and Regal's going to make a little bit of money with this. I guarantee it.
And then to close out October, they close out with 3 bangers: The Ring, Rosemary's Baby, and then on Halloween itself, you're going to get Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Which is the interesting choice there, like we were saying. Like, you're going to do a Halloween movie on Halloween, but the only one that doesn't have Michael Myers. That's ballsy. You got to respect that. You got to respect it. I don't think anybody's going to go to that, as Pape saying, ugh. That might not have been the one I'd have picked. I might have gone Halloween 1. I might even have gone H2O to kind of bridge that gap between very old and, new trilogy. They do it. Season of the Witch. We double
Season of the Witch. At least they're not doing the Rob Zombie ones,
right? And that wasn't going to happen. I don't think that was going to happen. what I would have guessed second guess would have been the first one of the newest trilogy, because that actually made slamming money, slamming bank. Did that movie make? Halloween 2 is a scary slot. Yeah, but she's in the hospital for like half of it. I think the kills are better. There's more of them, but Laurie Strode's in the hospital for like half of it. That's the common criticism. But I have to go back and rewatch. It's been a hot minute. But yeah, season.
Did you see that what was missing from this list?
Anything that isn't Hereditary from the last 10 years?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had some in the back in the 30s, bro.
No. I said anything like they have everything from before 10 years ago. There's nothing modern here except Hereditary.
Hereditary, yeah, it's the only thing that's modern. But there's no Pinhead.
Huh? Yeah, that might have made for a good Halloween. That might have been for a good Halloween movie. But most of the Hellraiser series are shit to DVD sequels. You know, so we're gonna put Hellraiser 1, like Barker's, like he did 1 and 2, I think. I think he had involvement with the first two. I don't think he was in for like 3 through 50. Yeah, no zombie flicks. I might have snuck one of the Night of the Living Dead should have crept up in there somewhere. The OG Night of the Living Dead.
I think that's because that's having its own release that it wasn't in this release.
Good call. Forgot about that. Yep, forgot about that.
Go ahead and catch Night of the Living Dead, the original 1968?
68.
Movie?
Yeah. You know what could have been on here too? Now that you're talking about old stuff, Poltergeist isn't on here. I don't mind put Poltergeist 1 on there. That's a classic.
They move the headstones. They never move the bodies.
Dude, that swimming pool scene though, pretty solid.
Yeah, they have a development here where I live, where on ground that was supposed to be a cemetery, and I'm like, nope. I've seen that movie. Not living there.
Don't matter. Don't care what the PMI is. Nope,
not happening.
Dude, I say I've seen that movie at least 6 times a week in just about any given situation where something bad could happen. Yeah. It's like it comes out of my mouth at least daily.
This house is clean.
This house is clean. I love her little voice though.
Yeah,
it was good. That movie was good. I just did my first watch on that like last year. That was on I crossed off my list. Did a little solo review if you remember.
Mm-hmm. I do remember.
I had a lot of positives to say on that. And even defended, if I remember correctly, the dated appearance of things. A lot of people wanted to talk about FX. I'm like, dude, it's 40 fucking years old, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how's the story? How's the performances? Oh, they're good?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it had 80s Ghostbuster effects. You tell me Ghostbusters isn't good? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Speaking of dated looks, we have a new updated look with the final trailer of Predator Badlands.
Oh, let's take a look at that before I forget. Maybe you can wash the taste of fucking alien Earth out of my mouth.
I don't think so, Tim.
I don't think so. Have I told you I've been saying that to my kid lately? He doesn't get the reference. Mrs. Wolf gets it, which is funny. Let's check out that Badlands. And then he died.
Roll credits.
Nope. Damn. Again, dude, stop it right there. Just stop. Stop. Pause. Calling for the pause. Calling for the pause. Why are they shooting these things in daylight? Who told these people this is clever? It's not. You remember the original Predator movie? You remember when they finally showed the fucking thing? Nighttime.
Well,
nighttime.
In their defense, and I'm going to do my mental gymnastics on this one.
Here we go. Dude, hold up. Hold up.
Yep, stretch. Left brain, right brain.
Lay it on me.
They're not hunting humans.
Who cares?
And they're just arriving. They never showed the original Predator when they arrived on Earth. They could arrive during the day.
But they didn't show us, and that's the point, is that when they finally took the fucking mask off, at least it was dimly lit. When he was killing all the soldiers, he was camoed.
And two, we didn't follow from the point of view of the Predator. We followed from the point of view of the soldiers. We're following the point of view of the alien the Predator this time. Therefore,
does he not experience nighttime? Just make it at night.
I'm just saying we're seeing the arrival. We didn't see the arrival because we weren't following their POV before. We are following their POV this time.
Do planes not crash in the real world at night ever? Crash at night. Make it dark. Don't show the shark in the first minute. Continue.
They're not the bad guy in this one.
It doesn't matter. It sucks. Look at that. It's PS2. Dude, it looks bad. Prey look good. He's big mad because he wrecked Daddy's car.
Welcome to the
That's right. And he didn't have Geico.
in the universe.
Fucking Geico.
Where everything
How to Train Your
is trying
Pred
to
Dragon.
kill you. I need a hand.
I mean, I want to kill it.
You're here to prove yourself.
Weapons do look dope.
Hunting
And King
something
Predator design is dope.
that can't be killed.
Anything, if it bleeds, we can kill it. If they say that fucking line, do it. If they say the line, I'm out. They're gonna say the line. Eat his face!
We might not be alone in this hunt.
Did we just see more cyborgs for the first time? I remember that before.
Yeah, I don't
Is that a
remember that
loader?
at all. Yeah.
Is that a loader?
That's
Is that
a
power
loader.
loader? Alright.
Actually, it looked like power armor.
Okay. Dude, it's like the whole thing is during the siege. That looks stupid when he's got the handgun. It's too much during the day. And it's PG-13.
This film is not yet rated.
It's PG-13. Trust me. You'll see. Dude, oh God. I want to like this. I do. I'll say the same thing that I said about Prey. Predator. What was the Predator that came out before that? The one with the stupid one. Like autism is a superpower. Like the Predator, whatever it was, like 2019. I wanted to like Prey. I had a bad taste in my mouth because of the one before it.
You liked Prey.
Now
You
I like Prey. No,
played
that's what I'm saying.
Prey.
I will. Oh yeah, no. And then I ended up doing it. It's like I was cautiously optimistic because I feel like they didn't show a lot of stuff broad daylight, and a lot of the hunting stuff did happen. The stock sequences were at night, and I think they wisely showcased that. Here, it looks like it's way too much during the day. So the focus, like you said, because our POV character is an alien being, whenever someone's talking to him, we're going to be looking at him. So we're not going to have him off camera a lot. Like he's always going to be the center of attention. And if I knew that going in, and you were my tech guy, you were my art director, or whoever does CGI shit, whatever that role is called, I'd have been like, dude, this dude needs to look better than everything else. And right now, from what I've seen, he doesn't. The big dinosaur fucking thing looks better. The plant thing that exploded on him looked better. The like King Predator thing with like the antler helmet thing going on, like all that shit looked better to me so far. So I don't know how optimistic I can be.
I think what they were going for is that this is a young buck. Think of a 16-year-old trying to get his driver's license. That's why he wrecked Daddy's car.
Dude, I get the rite of passage. I get the idea. I'm just saying, dude, the aesthetic for your main character can't be the lowest ranking thing. And I think it is.
I think it's the armor that makes them look cool instead of them outside their armor. I think he's trying to earn his armor.
I can see that. But again, this falls in the category wait till streaming, and that's they're trying to capitalize here on money they left on the table with Prey, because that was a point of contention. I don't think that didn't get a split release, did it? That was just on Hulu. I don't think it went theatrical at all. I think they pulled it pseudo last second.
No, I think that was Netflix that had Prey.
It's definitely it's Hulu because it's Disney owned. It's former Fox. It's Hulu for sure. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I think they're trying to go down the path of, well, we just did one and it was super successful on Hulu. Let's load it in theaters and see if we can get some bang for the buck. And I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot because I've heard pseudo reliably PG-13. So we'll see. Because you can't. Can you do Predator PG-13? You need spines ripped. You need all kinds of gunshots.
Who's you gonna rip spines from? Cyborgs?
Yeah, I mean, good point.
When everything's bigger than you.
That's a good point. Imagine if he spine ripped the dinosaur. Someone just jumps down its back and just I don't know. I'm probably still in because it looks like there's enough interesting shit there. It's not like I need you can, but you shouldn't. Dude, exactly. They were too busy worrying about if they
They could.
They didn't stop to think about if they should. Dude, it's funny how that quote keeps coming back, isn't it? It's the same. That quote is that the modern version of that is, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's basically the same thing.
Well, in the Predator
exactly
series, isn't it reverse? You're the villain unless you live long enough to become the hero.
I mean, he was the villain once in like part 1, and then by part 2, he was killing like drug dealers and shit. And some clean.
And he still tried to kill Danny Glover, which is he's a national treasure.
He is. Danny Glover effed that dude up at the end. I gave him the disc right in the gut. That was nasty. That was good shit. But that's what I mean. Like I don't remember. I remember less and less of every Predator movie after Predator 2 because I feel like they never really returned on any of the premises they gave us. And they've given us a couple, like all the humans on Predator hunting ground world with Adrian Brody, like the 3rd movie. That should have been better than it was. And maybe I'm overdue for a rewatch on that.
Speaking of Danny Glover, I was there watching this reel. Now this is completely off topic. So I was watching this reel, and it had Angels of the Outfield and how good the movie really was. Well, how good the acting really was. And then they showed Danny Glover won a Lifetime Achievement Award for his acting ability.
As the coach.
Then it showed Gordon Jeff
GL.
Yeah. Something Levitt. Yep.
Yeah. JG.
Him winning a Academy Award. Then they showed Matthew McConaughey, who's in that movie, winning an Academy Award.
Right.
Then they showed Neil McDonough in that movie, winning
who's
an
the guy
Academy
whose
Award.
name I can never remember. Yeah, he's great.
Just saying.
Danny Glover. And he's too old for this shit, and he was only 3 days from retirement.
That's right. And then he did 7
like
movies.
and there's a part 5 coming out. Like that's the thing. Like Lethal Weapon's got another one coming.
Are they bringing Joe Pesci back? Because I haven't seen Joe Pesci in a movie.
I believe Pesci's officially retired.
Officially retired.
I'm pretty sure. Now if they back the Brinks truck up and be like, dude, 5 minutes, come on. Okay.
Like, yeah. Okay.
That's okay. I'll drive.
Leo gets because I get.
I love him trying to follow them. So Rig shoots out his first tire. And he goes, that's right. I got a spare in the trunk. So Bertow shoots the other one. Dude, we could do 100% a whole show on Lethal Weapon. Maybe we should. What's his day rate? Enough to bring him back to 5. I'd bring him back.
When he got shot on the ice and he's getting numb from the ice, it's like it looks like a Dum Dum Moon. Is that bad?
You're on the ice, Leo. You're gonna find he gets up in the crowd, fucking cheers.
Yeah.
See, they don't make movies like that anymore. They should. It's too bad. Let's see. We did Predator Badlands. We did the classic movies. Dude, Black Phone 2. Let's just wrap this up. We'll wrap it up with Black Phone 2 because we actually hit all of these. Plus, we did talk about Doomsday.
And
we handled all that business.
My topic.
Oh, dude. Which one let's do Black Phone next week when it comes out. Do you want, unless you want more time for your topic?
We'll need more time for my topic because it has a broader steam to it.
Then you have to remind me for next week so we can build that in as like topic 2 and give it like its full 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever we want.
I mean, we still got time. It doesn't come out till like the end of the month, so we're good.
Well, I mean, I think there might be some value to in holding on to it for the launch on that godforsaken streaming platform. I'm going to have to get to watch this bullshit.
Which is part of my broader topic.
Do we need another effing stream? Is that the subtitle in the topic?
That's one of the 3 broader schemes of this whole thing.
Right, you need more time than the 6 minutes we're about to give Black Phone 2. So remind me, you saw Black Phone 1?
Yes, I did.
Right? What did you think broadly?
I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was really good. It wasn't as creepy as I thought it was going to be going in. I liked the premise of it, of a phone ringing that's not plugged into anything, and trying to help. Like, it's not from like, we're going to kill you, like a ring type phone ringing. It's like all the victims of who he's after. Now, if you haven't seen it, spoilers, but the movie's been out for a minute, so sorry, not sorry.
Statute of limitations is over.
So it's all the victims of this snatcher, the serial killer that kidnaps kids. Grabber. Yep. That's right. Grabber, not snatcher, but yeah, whatever. Snatcher could be taken a different way.
For part 2. Right. Yeah, I guess it could. You gotta watch out for those on the channel. There we go.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert, you're right.
Yeah. Which was a great role for Ethan Hawke. I think he pulled it
He's
off
good.
quite well. Now, Ethan Hawke's been good since his first one. You know what his first movie was?
The Gate.
Oh, I forgot to hit that one. I wasn't thinking of his kid. I was thinking of his adult version. And that was Reality Bites.
Oh yeah, remember that? But yeah, he was definitely in The Gate. No, he wasn't in The Gate. Was that? Wait, was that him? Was that Brad Dourif? That might have been Brad Dourif. That might not have been Ethan Hawke. That might have been Brad Dourif, who was in that Blade. He's the fucking the lead vampire in a Blade. That might have been him. I might have actually just got that wrong. So you might be right. But where's the Oracle? We need to get her in on this one. Have her fact check. But anyway, Black Phone is by Scott Derrickson, right?
Yep.
Who did one of my favorite modern horror movies. So Stephen Dorff. Thank you. Yeah,
Stephen Dorff.
Chucky. That's right. Stephen Dorff, Explorers. That's right. Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky. And is Denethor or Wormtongue? He's one of those two in Lord of the Rings. But anyway, Scott Derrickson, who did Sinister, did Black Phone. And I can see the stylistic connections between the two. It's very gritty, very grainy.
The color kind of matches as well. Like the look of it kind of matches the two as well. Yeah,
a little washed out a little bit. But for me, it's more of the it's like you said. It's not there's jump scares. There's jump scares in every horror movie, but it's more tension that just doesn't relent once things really start getting going. And I love that in those kind of movies. Now, what I love most about what I've seen in the trailer, Wormtongue was pretty, they're all the same. All these white guys look the same. I can say that. It looks like they did the Nightmare on Elm Street thing to Black Phone, where like we have our premise. It's a dude. He wears a creepy mask. He's a kid killer. He kidnaps them. Yada yada. All the missing.
Keeps them in the basement for like so many days, and then their
does
body
whatever,
shows
and
up.
then they're dead. But it looks like they added all kinds of crazy supernatural shit here.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, because in the trailer, you got Ethan Hawke in the mask, and he's I think he's taunting the kid. It's the kid from the first movie, right? Because he's like
the survivor.
Yes, right, because he's like, you thought our story was over because you killed me? Death is just a word or whatever he says. And I'm like, okay. So they're expanding some world building. Does this get them in trouble? What do you think?
I don't know. It matters how they're going to spin it, because it could be a really well told story of someone battling PTSD.
All in the kid's head. Interesting take. That's a dangerous play too, though. That's like the whole "it was all a dream" thing.
Because I mean, the phone booth that he's answering this is in the middle of a lake.
True. Which I think they say is like it's frozen hell. You know what I mean? Like that's the angle I think that they're going for with the imagery there. Like the franchises I like most in horror, we're 80s kids. So like we like Halloween and Friday and Nightmare, right? And there's a mythology that goes along with those three franchises that kind of builds out over time. And then it usually gets convoluted and silly, and then you have dogs peeing on Freddy's bones to bring him back, and then things get stupid. How much can they, like, what's the percentage that they can do new stuff in a movie before it's over the line? Like, how conservative do they have to play it with sticking to the original but adding new stuff to keep you interested, to move things forward? Where's that number for you?
So since there's only one movie out that kind of just establishes the world and who the players are, I think you could establish it a little bit further out, explain why he wears the Black Devil mask and what it was linked to. It could be part of like some ritual he was doing as well. That's why he was killing the kids. They never said why he was doing it.
It was beautiful in its simplicity, honestly, just like Sinister. I thought. Yeah. I didn't need the Vincent D'Onofrio Bagul fact check, Skype call. That was the low point of the movie for me. It should have just been some shit that Ethan Hawke, because he's a writer, knows how to research, figured out on his own, and then just kept it completely simple. So I hope you're right on the ritual thing for the mask. Like that would be the world building I would want to know.
Yeah. So I think we'll just have to go into it and actually see, but it has plenty of room with one movie. Now going in there 4 or 5 movies deep and then trying to add something new, I think you'll hit more stumbling blocks than you would get payoff and return off of it.
I would tend to agree, because I think that the strong point that Black Phone had going for, besides just the general vibe, was that real life, we know that human beings are scarier and worse and more violent and terrifying than any movie monster.
Yeah.
So when you bring in like a non-Freddy Krueger, just some rando dude that does kids' birthday parties as a magician is grabbing kids with some weirdo, I got 3 different versions of this mask thing and killing them in a basement. That's terrifying because that's a real concern people have for their kids. Snatched off the street, now you're on a missing poster. But at what
and it
point
looks
do they
like
make
it's
him a demon?
set back in like the 80s as well,
Which I love the vibe, and I
which
think
has
counts
that
for a lot.
what had that like mindset back in the day, because there was like
Stranger danger, bro.
The way they made you believe that you were going to be kidnapped any day now was crazy back in the 80s. And Stranger Danger actually caused more problems than it did help, because 90% of abductions come from someone you know.
Yeah, it was just like satanic panic over rock music and Dungeons and Dragons. It was it was buzzwords. It was the onset of mass communications and collective consciousness via like the culture.
We were stationed at Fort Bragg during this, and like there was warnings going around that there was a satanic cult going around that would go around trick or treating, because Fort Bragg was an open post at the time. Anyone could drive on at any time back in the day. This is pre 9/11. We're talking about like 1988, like 1987, this type of time frame. And like everyone started spreading like different rumors, like they're looking for blonde hair, blue-eyed boys to sacrifice at midnight, and like people would run around and find kids who kind of looked like me, and they would put blood on their door and stuff like that. So it was crazy. And that was also the era of the prank call, because there was no caller ID. You get people calling and just breathing into the phone.
Click. Who is this? Yeah, for sure.
The call is coming from inside the house.
The call is coming from the other line on your own phone because you dialed yourself. Yeah,
you don't even have to dial yourself. You just have to pick up the phones.
That's a good point. I forgot we had that. So I think that one of the strong points of Black Phone is that it's set in that period piece. I think that that's going to work, because modern stuff just doesn't look scary. It's got no personality. It's got no vibe of its own, really. To me, even just watching Scream, I got the 90s vibes, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
I think one of the better modern ones was Happy Death Day, because I love the groundhog.
Yeah.
But I think that was
I've heard mostly good things about that, and I think that Happy Death Day, Sinister, Black Phone, a couple of others that I can't think of or remember off the top of my head. Like those are the modern horror movies that I think are Art the Clown, the Terrifier. Like I think those are the horror movies that are starting new things that I don't want to see. This is the thing, I don't want to see 12 Black Phones. 3 is good. 3 is a sweet spot. 3, maybe 4. And then that's it. But I don't want the world building to move him too far from. I don't want him to make the jump between Jason's a guy that survived being bullied as a kid, and now Butcher's camp counselors, but now he's a zombie rage demon. I don't want the grabber to become Freddy.
Yeah.
He needs to be killable, and not in like, well, we need to get the magic jewel dagger and then have a priest bless it and only a virgin princess from whatever. Can we not? Can he just be a weirdo serial killer?
Why did you just give away the whole plot to Monster Squad?
Wait, did I? That's on my list.
Wolfman has nards.
I know that. Kick him in the. He doesn't know. Don't do it. Yeah, I know that part. But yeah, so fingers crossed on Black Phone. Fingers crossed on Tron Ares. See what happens. I'm kind of hyped for Black Phone. Dude, listen, if Mrs. Wolf says she's down for a horror movie, it typically means it's going to be good, because she's got a good radar for that. She doesn't watch crap. She only turns out to movies when it's good.
I believe the Oracle will be joining me for Black Phone.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That might be one of them situations where you got to watch the movie, but with the phone doing a little record, but like sideways. You get some firsthand reaction. Like when the audience does the whole Scream reactions and they all jolt at the same time, but it'll just be the Oracle. Because the rest of us will know when the jump.
She did watch the original with me.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. You listen, if you can tolerate the first one, I doubt they're going to go over the top Chainsaw Massacre with part 2 or something like this. It's going to be more of the same, hopefully 20% new world building stuff. If it's a survivor from the first movie, good, because you can build like that duality between the hunter and prey, and then have it flip, whatever they do. Because that's kind of how the first one ended. Like they kind of turned on him.
So We went last week, last Sunday, and we saw The Smashing Machine with Dwayne The Rock Johnson in it.
Cool.
It is a pure biopic. Like there's no like change. There's no big ramp up. They didn't change the story for dramatic effect. It was pretty much just that. So that's my quick review of it. It is exactly what you would think a biopic should look like.
Yeah, no choreographed fight scenes in a big way that go on forever with crazy finishing moves and all kinds of cool camera work. Cool.
Yeah, not with 50-year-old Dwayne Johnson.
How was The Rock?
He actually was pretty good. He was pretty good. His voice sounds so weird in it, and like he looked so weird until like one point. I won't say what he did, but you looked at him like, okay, now I see The Rock.
He did the thing. Yeah. Facts. No, I mean, he had to have been in that makeup chair for a hot minute for that level of prosthetics on his face, right?
Yeah.
To completely make him like unrecognizable as like a human being, to completely become somebody else. I've heard decent things about it. It looks like it's underperforming, but I mean, it's a like you said,
it's a biopic.
It's a drama.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to make, and the Oracle's adding Emily Blunt was really good. I also heard that.
Yeah, she nailed that role.
She nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, good for him. The dude's been playing the same character to his detriment for what, 15 years?
Yeah.
Always playing.
To diminishing returns.
Yeah. What's his name in Fast and Furious? Hobbs. Like he's been Hobbs.
Yeah.
In literally every movie for 15 years.
And he still hasn't found Calvin yet. So we don't know what's going on here.
Now, Calvin, Hobbs, and Shaw would be fucking hysterical. We should look into AI for that. That could be kind of fun. It would just the title would just be Hobbs and Shaw, but then we would just put Calvin over the top of it,
and have him just looking out the back.
Yeah, we can work on that. AI is coming right along. Yeah, I'm glad you guys got out to that. I meant to ask you if you had seen that. I'll probably catch that on streaming.
So I told that story to tell this one. During that movie, we were watching the previews, and they had a trailer for this movie called The Bride. And it's based off of The Bride of Frankenstein, but it's set in the 1950s, like gangster type talk, New York, Harlem area. It looks interesting.
Huh. 1950s, Bride of Frankenstein, New York gangsters?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like somebody sat in a room and just threw darts at a board that had like random ideas on it. Like, all right, the first three you hit, we're just writing the screenplay. We're going to bang it out. Give me 90 pages on that shit. What do you got?
Yeah, and it has
a peek for that.
Christian Bale as Frank.
1930 Chicago.
Oh, 1930 Chicago. Okay.
The Capone vibe. Okay, fine.
Same.
So there's a Tommy gun in there somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Same thing. Got it. Now, have you seen yet the trailer? Because I gave you the title. I don't remember if I sent you the link for the trailer. Dude, there's that shark movie that's supposed to be out this month, Beast of War. It's about like it's about an Australian squad of like of sailors or something. The ship goes down. It's basically the Indianapolis story from Jaws, but like they're on like a raft or like a makeshift lifeboat or a makeshift raft or something. But like I saw trailers and it does everything that I wanted Badlands to do. Like it looks like it's only at night because they're playing their cards close. So like, oh well, we don't have $400 million to make a shark movie. So we're going to give you a couple of, practical effects here, some CGI there. We're going to cover it up with, debris, all kinds of crazy shit. But it looks intense. From what I saw, it looked intense. But I don't think that it's getting a wide release. Same thing with that Primitive War movie that I didn't get to see.
Yeah, that Indianapolis story from Jaws is a true story.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. But I'm saying this is about this specifically, I think, is inspired by that event, but it has Australian sailors. Sounds like open water. That was my take on it too. But I don't know how much of the actual, like, do we get a battle scene and like the ship gets strafed by like Japanese Zeros?
Well, based on the cover, because it's on Blu-ray. Based on the cover that I'm looking
at, it's already out.
Yeah, it has like a ship coming in strafing while one guy's like going head first into the shark's mouth.
Yeah, dude, I was hoping that hadn't made it to Blu. If it's on Blu-ray now, I mean that I've missed my theatrical, so now I might have to. I'm gonna need you to find it for me on streaming or see if I have to buy it. I kind of wanted. I really wanted to watch it. I really did.
Roger Ebert gives it a 3 out of 4. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 88%, and IMDb has a 5.9 out of 10.
Yeah, but see, but you're talking to a guy that likes Sharknado. You know what I mean? Like shark movies, I can give a lot. I did not like Sharks Under Paris though. I dumped all over that. That movie was dumb.
It was released August 8th, 2025.
See, I thought somebody told me October, so my radar was completely not like rolling all the way down on the Fandango app to like the bottom where they put that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to track that down. I'll tell you what, I'll track that down. If I buy it, maybe I'll just mail it down to you or something. That way you don't have to actually take a peek. Because I thought the trailer looked good. The same thing with the Primitive War movie with the dinosaurs in Nam. Nope. Theaters 2 days so we can get its Oscars for your technical effects and sound design and shit, and then like it's gone. I don't think that's on DVD yet, but I
think
want more
that
features.
I think that has like a 1.3 on IMDb out of 10.
Every review I've read from my circle said it's better than Jurassic Park if you wanted a more grown-up dinosaur monster movie killing shit, shooting guns, pterodactyls, biting dudes' heads off and shit. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted, you know.
And if you go ahead and put that question up a pape about Frank and Frankenstein, it is Frank for Frankenstein. So yeah, Christian Bale is Frankenstein in it.
Yeah, or Frank and Furter. I think there was a reference later. There was a reference in there.
Yeah,
maybe an Abby Normal Brain situation.
Yeah,
could have been
with Idor.
Yeah, a little bit. But this, yeah, I know we've run late, but I wanted to just air out the kind of our programming schedule real quick because there is a lot. We know Derry, we got you, dude. We love you. I think Derry's next up. We were just saying, right? That starts the 26th of this month with the It show.
Yes.
Okay, so we're on for that. What's after that show wise again? What's the middle of November? Is that Wonder Man?
No, Wonder Man's in December.
I did it again. Damn it, I Britney Spears did. Okay. So that means that Percy Jackson then is mid-November because I think those
are also December.
No, then it's got to be Stranger Things then.
Stranger Things is Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I thought there was another show in November because Derry will probably be. Oh no, maybe I just keep thinking it's something else because Derry isn't going to be a full content drop at once because that's on what, HBO Max or Peacock. So they'll let that roll for multiple months.
Yeah, Derry starts on Sunday the 26th.
Yep. And yeah, that's what I mean. But they're not going to give us 8. That'll be a weekly thing.
Yeah.
So we'll be watching that through November.
Yeah, we have Stranger Things that's released on Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
And they also have the new Squid Games. I think the American-based one.
I couldn't be. Dude, I'm about as interested in that as I'd be interested in like an experimental strain of athletes foot. Like, no thanks.
And if you know of or fans of, if you are a Critter and know that Critical Role has its TV shows, The Mighty Nine makes its big release in November as well.
Cool.
That's based off of their second campaign, where the Vox Machina is based off their first campaign.
Yep.
And then December is when we run the gauntlet.
Yeah. When we talk about running it, and then I change things because that's a lot.
So we have Fallout 2, we have Percy Jackson, we have Stranger Things again twice, and then we have
second
Wonder
half
Man.
Of the season. See, the problem there is that it's Stranger Things is a must. I can't miss that. That's a series finale.
But I think that's only 2 episodes, one on Christmas and one on New Year's Eve.
All right. Well, then it's a little, but if they're feature, and even if they're feature movie length, because my stepdaughter was telling me she thought that she had seen some of the like the not timestamps, but like the run times.
Yeah.
And that they were like 90 minutes. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, that's like a movie. But she thought it was every episode in the season. I'm like, no shot.
Most of them are
90 minutes. 90 minutes times 8 episodes.
I think the shortest one is an hour and 25 minutes.
Dude, that makes it the most expensive television show ever shot. Why is
it doesn't make it doesn't make it expensive.
90 minutes?
Yeah.
For Stranger Things, you don't think that being in the Upside Down is going to run that budget up? You don't think the Shadow Monster thing, when it comes down with its giant ass spidery shit looking like Godzilla?
It still doesn't. It's a limited release. I think it only has like 6 episodes.
Oh, I thought it had 8. I mean, even if it had 8, 90 minutes would make it an 8 episode thing. And ka-ching. I don't know, dude. It sounds expensive to me. I didn't think they were all that long. That's wild. Yeah. I would honestly be surprised if they all ran that length, especially since they're going to do give us 4 episodes in November on Thanksgiving, and then make you wait a month to do episode 5, and then a week for episode 6. That's the play.
Yep, that's the play.
I'm surprised. I wouldn't have thought that. But dude, given that that's a lot. So I mean, I think Wonder Man might be we watch the whole thing and then do a series review in January. Like, we have to just pick that up the first week of January, because I don't know how we time out the rest of that with Fallout. That's
Fallout comes out on the 17th, starts on the 17th, so it starts on Wednesday.
And that's a weekly one as well, right? Because that's on Prime.
And Percy Jackson starts on the 10th, which is also a Wednesday.
Which is on Disney Plus, which will also go week to week. So
yeah, and then
one of those shows,
Wonder Man, they haven't dropped the schedule for.
Okay,
and I think Wonder Man's going to be a one drop, like they did with like
6 episodes for Echo.
Yeah, Echo and Marvel Zombies. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't seen our review of Marvel Zombies, it is up in our back catalog as well.
Our recent back catalog, right by the top. How was I just going to say? Oh, on Fallout. Maybe we should do with Fallout what we did with Alien Earth and kind of absorb that into FrostCast and then record Percy separately as like a standalone video, or vice versa. I mean, maybe Fallout gets more traction.
But it comes out on the day of, like, it comes out while we're recording.
Oh,
while
we're
Wednesday. Streaming.
You said Wednesday. Shoot.
Yep.
Ouch. All right, we'll have to plan around that then. All right, we'll sort that out.
We'll make it happen. We're gonna make it do what it do, baby. We're gonna make it do what it do.
We're going to do what we do is right. All right. We've got an hour and a half. Some of us have day jobs. Pape's been here carrying the load the whole time. Dude, we appreciate you. But I'm going to turn it over to King Z to do the poll results, because I remembered we did a poll.
Yep, that's right. Poll result time. We have 6 votes. I can tell you that much.
Nice. Thanksgiving probably had to clear, because you, me, and Pape all put Thanksgiving. It's got to be. It's 50% at least.
All right. While that loads, if you do hit our membership button and become one of our first 10 initial members, original wardens, like Pape that we've brought up numerous times during this broadcast, you will be in the running for a special gift. Yes, the special gift is coming, Pape. You're getting one, and I will tell you how we're going to get it to you next week when I have more information on it. But the special gift is being made right now for everybody. This is only going to the first 10 wardens who hit that membership button. Now, it has to be a paid membership, not a gifted membership. I did draw the line there. So right now, three of them are accounted for.
Good call.
And so going forward, that means there's 7 spots still open for this special gift. These will not be given out again. After this, they will be for sale, but they won't have the special coding on the bottom for our original 10.
Lasers were involved in their creation. I'll say that.
Freaking
laser beams.
All right. With a whopping 67%, Thanksgiving takes the top. And then Christmas coming in with 33%. Not a vote for Halloween.
Zip.
Got the Zippo, and New Year's got a Zippo as well out of the 6 votes.
Because once you're over 25, who gives a shit about New Year's Eve, honestly? Yeah, I've done enough living through 25 to not need to be involved in any of the stupidity that goes on.
I just want to be off the streets.
Saying. I mean, I don't. You've done New York. There's nothing else New Year's Eve. You see your kids in the morning and Happy New Year. Like that's.
I would like to see a couple more of the big city ones. I haven't done New York. Like I've done. I've done Boston. I've done London, but I would like to see New York. I would like to see Paris. I would like
New York
to see
is a
Rome.
mess, dude. New York is a mess. It's 6 trillion people in like an area that can handle like 10,000. It's awful.
Yeah,
once
just
was enough.
That one-time thing. Yeah, like you said, one time. If you haven't done it, I just want to do it once.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, here's the thing, right? Do you need to be bit by a great white shark to know that sucks? Do you need the one time on that? Because it's like that.
Yeah.
You know, like how many times do you need to get kicked in the groin before you're good? Like, it might be different next time. It's not. It sucks. Trust me.
I would like to do London again because they do it around the eye.
Yeah.
And I would like to do Paris again.
I was gonna say, I bet New Year's in somewhere like Japan would be fun.
Yeah, I bet that would be
a
cool.
whole wild different time, or Japan or China.
Where is like the first place when the very first New Year? I would like to be there.
New Zealand, I think, is because whenever we're talking about video games, the VPN side you jump on is New Zealand to get in early. New Year's Eve equals driving the porcelain bus. I mean, driving it's okay, but if you ride enemies, that's probably the problem.
As long as you're not the porcelain bus.
Right. Yeah, you never want to actually be the bus.
Yeah.
Dude, that's wild, dude. Well, all right. Why don't we hit our ejecto? Dude, we should get that clip from Too Fast Too Furious, ejecto cedo, and use that for our.
Mine's not working.
Play my music thing, and then I drop a pen. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
to up our theatrical game a little bit, but dude, good looking out on the background again. Just want to give you a special commendation for that. That background is sick. Move me over again. Show me the image again. Go full screen. No pictures.
Wrong one.
Not my picture. Wrong button. Now get us out of there completely. Can we just see the picture? I want to see the whole picture. Yeah. Dude, that's sick, dude. The color on that is nasty. Nasty. You know, I was thinking earlier, if the wolf's eyes were our electric blue that we got going on, that'd be sick. But now, dude, it's Halloween season. It's mean. Digging it. Digging the vibe, dude. Digging the vibe. All right, put us back on so I can drop the pen and you can play your music. Hey, thank you, brother. We'll see you next week, bro.
Thank you, everybody who stopped by, everyone who's going to stop by and watch us later. And with that, play my music.